Where the beverages? Do you know how to move the tripod? It's okay.
Khalifa, time was not enough to talk your thing.
It's okay.
So now we'll proceed with the movements, anatomy of the breathing, the rib cage, how we have different movements which are occurring at different levels, and these are helping us. So right now we are doing, so in respiratory movements, so you are looking at a lateral view of a rib cage, and there you had the sternum, the costal cartilage, this is anterior, that is posterior, this is superior, this is inferior, and there you can see the costal cartilage. So now look at how when we see laterally from a side view, so how things are. Now just be focused here because this is precise. Ayan, you and what's the discussion? So now the lowest point of the upper ribs are their anterior ends. Now they have to elevate. So this line represents what? And this is another line. So we are talking about, to understand the anatomy of breathing, we should not miss out 2 points. One is bucket handle. I hope everybody know what is a bucket. And a pump handle. These two actions have been carried out in our rib cage. And by combination of these actions, we achieve the process of breathing. So let's see what is happening with this pump handle movement of the upper ribs. So upper ribs, they bring pump handle type of movement. And I hope people are aware this old-fashioned shows how people take water. So they were pressing a handle and the water was coming from the other end of this big channel, and then people were getting water. So upper 6 rib, rib number 2 to rib number 6, they are involved in this pump handle type of movement. So what is that movement? The lowest point of the upper ribs are anterior ends. Their anterior ends are more involved. So now the lower ribs from rib number 7 to 10. So the talk between 2 to 6 is the upper ribs and 7 to 10 are lower ribs, to understand this anatomy of breathing. And the lowest point of the lower ribs are midpoints of the shaft. And this is the level. Right? So bucket handle movement will be in the lower rib segments. And pump handle segment will be in the upper rib. So now, with that reference, come to the point we are looking at the same stuff, but here the ribs have not been shown. And this is the upper portion. Now what is happening? You lift this handle, so we are lifting it up. We all know that we can have maximum movements occurring between the ribs and the vertebrae. And the way we lift the handle of this pump, so we lift this part from here in the upper ribs and we bring, so this mechanism has been achieved. Do you understand? Yes. Saleh, remember something? And now upward and forward movement of the sternum, like handle of the old-fashioned water pump. Clear? Yes. So by this, can you see what happened to these ribs? All of them have been lifted. So you are increasing a diameter. You are increasing the vertical diameter. Think of a cavity. You are lifting it up. So you are making it longer, more longer. So all the ribs have been moved. Sternum has been brought a little bit forward, like this. This is a broad picture and this is a precise picture. And main movement is occurring at the joints between the vertebrae and the ribs. At the costo-vertebral joints, we achieve this movement. So now this is the pump handle movement. And now what it does? By bringing it upwards, we increase. Can you see we increase? Before it was this distance, now the distance has been increased. So we widen up transverse diameter, are we?
Yes.
So AP diameter has been broadened up. There is more space because we are preparing. When we increase the space, we accommodate more air. Right?
So the main movement is on the coastal what?
Costo-vertebral joints. The joint between the ribs and the vertebrae.
You said it's only the first 7 ribs.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Upper ribs, yes.
That's shown that all the
No, just wait. Is this clear? Now? Huh? Now that was for upper ribs. Because mainly who was involved? The sternum. And then as an effect, the lower one also moved. If something is connected, you move first part, don't you think the lower part will move with that? You pull a trolley, only the upper part of the bag will move, lower part will not move, it will come with that. So when you lift it up, you are primarily increasing this distance. Is this clear?
Yes.
How we do it, how we achieve it? By this section. And now let's talk for the lower ribs. What we do for them? Bucket, its handle. So you lift the handle of a bucket. What will happen? It will get more space. So you are increasing this space, are you? So now when we lift it up, you are lifting it up. Before you are lifting it up, and now you are lifting the lower segment. So now overall, what we are achieving? Right? So you move all of these lateral aspects, and that will make your rib cage little bit more spacious. Clear? So now that will widen up this space. Make sense? Now the transverse diameter is being increased, and we see that it was increased this way, it was increased this way. So our thoracic cavity is more widened up, anterior posteriorly and transverse. So when a cavity is more bigger, a cavity is ready to inhale because there is more space. And once we are inhaling, something else has to be done. Let's see that. Yeah. So now we look at with those two movements. Look, all these movements are occurring synchronously. It's not like you do one and then you wait, then you talk here and there, and then the other thing is happening. So you are moving it up, and then your diaphragm. Let's see what we are doing with the diaphragm. This is the normal position of the diaphragm. The position of the diaphragm and the rib cage is when you are exhaling, when you are throwing out. So now we have, because we are increasing the diameters. So to increase the diameter, we brought it forward, we open it sideways. Now what we need to do, we bring it down. So now we increase vertical diameter, we increase AP diameter, we increase transverse diameter. So diameter has been increased in all the directions. So what you have achieved by this? You make space. You increase the space. So now your lung can be expanding. So there is more room for them. Obviously it's not million cubic millimeters. It's it has its range value. But these actions have been occurring. So now this diaphragm having a double role. This is where we are inhalation. We are preparing to inhale air. When we have to exhale air, you pump something. You take a syringe and you push the plunger in, air will go out. Or if you have water in the syringe, it will go out. So you can increase and decrease the cavity by dropping it down or pulling it out. And this will all be connected, yes. Obviously, you can correlate the facts. So now the position of the diaphragm is lower in the rib cage and when we are inhaling, right? So now this gives us more space within this, and this space is a vertical increase. So the vertical dimension is increased by descent of the diaphragm. So these three are clear?
The first one, other than
Now, my dear, I cannot jump and flow. First, focus something, then and try to understand. Don't. First, why you don't understand? You lift up this. You lift up this upper ribs. What will happen? You are increasing one diameter. Not the. There was my arrow was showing you. You are increasing this. You lift it up. This before it is here. Now, when you lift it up, it will come little bit. So this diameter, what was this diameter? AP diameter. You lift up these ribs from below, so you are increasing this transverse diameter. Then you bring the diaphragm down, you are making this space big. So in all the direction, you are bringing, Abdulaziz is now talking with his friend and then he will have two questions and I will not answer them. So now, this is the central tendon of the diaphragm. So that is a fixed point. Now after this, the central tendon is there. So now we had everything is being brought in. Now we are going for the reversal. Number 2 item is my transverse diameter. So this is the combination what we have achieved. So now we brought about in respiration. When we are inhaling, we have to do this. You went to Batha for your coffee? So, we did one action. Said, now see it very carefully. We did other action for the lower ribs and we lower down the diaphragm. All these actions work there to increase the space within the cavity of the rib cage, and that was all contributing to giving more space, to give more space for accommodating air in. So we know it, what is happening and what is happening and what is that. So this is a summary of 3 events. Yes. And if you understand this, you understand process of inhalation. And then goes, the exhalation is a reverse of all these. When this rib cage is being, this sternum is being dropped, the upper ribs have been dropped, this handle comes down, this bucket handle which was raised up, it will come down, and this diaphragm will go up, so that will bring the process of exhalation, and that will decrease the cavity of the thoracic space. Is that clear? Yes. So now the net effect is expansion of the chest in all 3 dimensions, and you have seen it how it is happening. This way, this is sideways, this is up and down, and this is anterior posterior. Is that clear?
Yes.
This is another image which explains how this process is occurring. Is there any questions now regarding the understanding of how we increase?
Doctor, what do you say about the central tendon?
It was written, my dear.
I mean,
Don't you have slide? Don't you have Moodle access? Read it. Huh.
But should we do all of this to increase the size or to make a vacuum which fills the lungs?
Look, if I bought an elephant, then I have to have a place where I can keep it. So my home will not accommodate an elephant. So I need to make a big place. So I prepared a big space. This rib cage, I'm bringing air in. I'm sucking air in. So my muscles are helping me, my ribs are helping me, my joints are helping me, my different nerves are helping me to bring about all together. So to prepare my cavity, I need to increase in all the direction. We made an increase in anterior posterior dimension by lifting our upper ribs. Then we need to make more diameter laterally, and then we need to have more space within the cavity, so we bring the diaphragm down. So now when we are exhaling, the diaphragm is coming back, so it is pushing the air. Make sense? The diaphragm is being pushing up. Rib cage, which was lifted up laterally, the bucket handles, once they drop, this diameter will decrease, and when this sternum, which was up, when it comes down, so this AP diameter will decrease. So that will be the exhalation. Is this process clear? Yes. So we have 3 different combos which are helping us to increase the internal diameter, and when we go reverse of it, we will go for the exhalation process. Assalamu alaikum. Ya Badri. So I hope you understand inspiration and expiration, because physiology people will be going in details of it, but the anatomical basis, how we are able to increase the space, I have tried. Now, these are different conditions which we see in some people. This is just, it's not related to the respiratory thing, it's just when we see such people, those who have some, like we had one student before, in engineering. Now he passed out. He has this problem. So we need to know what are these scoliosis and all that thing, and what is exactly happening. So how difficult must be for them to bring about these respiratory activities. Any questions? Anything?
Okay,
We are done for today.
You said it doesn't affect.
Yes.